Hello, salutations. What to do? Stop the gamer. Oh, Father, dear, gang. You know the vibes like a scrub. Let's get it. We are back once again for the Aftershow podcast. It has been quite a week. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for hanging out once again. We got a lot to talk about today. We had a big week in gaming. There's, of course, the launch of the highly anticipated and very patiently asked for New Game Plus update from Spider-Man 2. We had a update from Suicide Squad. Of course, they had some controversy from WB, and of course, we had the breaking news the last 24 hours or so that god of manga, Akira Toriyama, tragically passed away at the age of 68. So we're going to talk about all of that, and we once again are greatly appreciative. We're live on both Twitch and YouTube right now. Aftershow podcast. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And looks like Capte, will you be first? Nope, Eastwood is first. Welcome. Nice to see you again, Eastwood. Glad that you got all that stuff taken care of and you're back. We're happy to see you happy and healthy, seemingly so. Props to you, my friend. Appreciate all you Digital Variable, Capte, Wolf Nation. Thank you for hanging out. What's up, Charles? Champagne. So, Mr. Shockblast, how are you on this fine evening?
I don't know. It's been a week.
It has.
Like, I don't know. I'm a little agitated because like literally minutes before coming on, there's in WWE 2K24, there's this mode called Showcase. And basically you relive 21 of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history. You have to do this certain thing. You have to like follow the pattern of the match and like kind of recreate it. And it lets you unlock a bunch of different, versions of the characters, the different WrestleMania rings. Well, when you beat all 21 levels, you get a special 20-second level. And I am so angry because I can't, like, every time I'm like this close to beating it, like something completely random happens and like I get thrown out at the last second and it's annoying the crap out of me.
But like you literally crash or something?
No. Like the last, so it's basically, it's kind of a spoiler because it's not like announced.
I don't care. Wrestling's fake.
I know you don't care. Other people might, but whatever. I mean, Spider-Man's fake. So like it's a Royal Rumble with like all the people that you unlock. All right. And I keep getting to like the last 2 or 3 or 4 people. And like, I'll be throwing somebody out and somebody will like stop what they're doing and run across the ring. And as I'm still in the animation that I can't break out of, grab me and throw me over. And I feel like the AI is trained to do that. In the last match that I did, Yoko freaking Zuna is on the other side of the ring, not even doing anything. I knock out somebody and he charges at me from the other side of the ring and throws me over. And I'm just mad. I'm just tired of it. Cause like I had this one match, I eliminated 23 of the 29 people. Okay. I was on fire. And as I was throwing out the second to last person, I turned around and get thrown out instantly. There's one person left. I was one person away from winning. And I had no shot.
So it sounds like a skill issue is what I'm hearing.
I mean, yes, clearly a skill issue. I'm dominating it. And then out of nowhere, something, it's frustrating because it's the last one I need to do. And I'm also mad because I'm sure you're aware of the whole controversy with Vince McMahon and everything that's been going on.
The various allegations.
He has been canceled out of WWE history at this point. And Brock Lesnar caught a stray and also has been canceled from WWE history. And unfortunately, 2 of the matches in this mode are Brock Lesnar matches. Oof. And before the game launched, when I was in early access, you could actually play as Brock Lesnar in that match, and they actually patched it so that you can't now. And I'm so mad because one of the times I almost won was with him. I don't think I would have posted the video because I don't think they wanted that video out there. But it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, like you basically like it's not ideal, obviously, but they basically had to. They couldn't patch the matches out because like it's
Yeah.
too important to the game mode. Um, but like Vince McMahon was supposed to be downloadable. He's patched out. Like they even like blur out his face now.
Oh
Which
wow.
they didn't before. Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that didn't sign like obviously contracts with it. So like those people have their faces blurred and everything. But and now Vince is one of those people, which is insane. Like, but yeah, I digress. I know you don't care about WWE, but the game's fun.
What gave you that? What gave you that impression, Jay?
Yeah, listen, the game's fun. I'm actually really enjoying it. The showcase videos usually do really well for me. In every single video, I admit that Eric, my brother, played the gameplay.
Sure do.
Every single one of them.
I'm sure he buries that information.
Yeah, I mean, it is at the bottom in the description, but
yeah, where no one reads.
Well, no one reads the first line of the description, so what does it matter? You can write literally verbatim everything you ever need to do in the like to do what you're doing in the video. Be like, how'd you do that? Anyway,
proof that Jay confirms that he is hiding his ghost playing.
I admit it every chance I can. They gave us this sweet like blue Xbox controller with WWE 2K24 on it, and on the back it said WWE 2K24 Community Day. I gave that to him as a thank you for, that this is his game. He loves it. So
for carrying the game for you. Yep.
I mean, listen, I just want it done right, so it's worth it.
Hey, it makes sense. Outsourcing is very popular, so
yeah,
cannot blame you. So that was the WWE portion of the show. So if you're still awake, we still got some other stuff to
we have way too much stuff to talk about.
A lot of stuff to talk about. We'll get the sad part out of the way. Akira Toriyama passed away tragically, and the news broke late night on Twitter. I was literally about to go to sleep, and because I just done, it had just Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus came out. Did a stream. I did a tutorial video. Everything blew up. Everything was
W
fun.
stream.
Very W stream. I think I might have come close to my all-time record of most concurrent viewers. 3,900 for this one.
I was gonna say the last time I saw it, you were at like 33.
Yeah, the peaked at 39. So it was a big stream, great day. And then while I'm about to turn in for the night, I check Twitter, see Akira Toriyama is trending, and I'm like, oh fuck. That hit me way harder than Kobe.
Really? I mean, I get it. Listen, I understand. Like I said last night, no anime jokes tonight. You know what I mean? Like I respect, the king of anime, basically.
Kobe hit me hard because it was just out of nowhere. It was tragic because he lost his daughter too at the same time all those other people. And Kobe was someone like I always rooted against, but I respected the hell out of him.
Same.
For me and a lot of people my age in that time frame, Akira Toriyama was a god.
I've basically seen him described as Stan Lee.
Yeah, like imagine if Stan Lee died like 20 years after Spider-Man became popular. Like this was just insane. Like so many people that the first thing I did was the first person I called was my best friend. We've known each other since 5th grade.
Oh wow.
We became really good friends in 5th grade because of Dragon Ball Z.
when I was in college, I had a friend who loved Dragon Ball. I didn't know anything about it back then. So this would have been like 2001.
Mm.
Is that like, was it like really new then, or was it like?
Yeah. So what happened was like it became a pretty. It started. He started the manga in the late '80s, and it gradually becoming more very popular. But at the time, anime wasn't really a thing. Like it wasn't, it existed, but it was mainly in Japan. Hadn't really broken out in the West. And then Cartoon Network had launched this thing called Toonami, where they imported, several anime over. They did Pokemon, which they super Americanized, and obviously that became huge. But it was kind of its own thing, especially with how Americanized the dub was. But for Toonami specifically, they were like, okay, we got Sailor Moon, Gundam, and Dragon Ball Z, and all of them became popular. But Dragon Ball Z became a phenomenon. It was insane how much it took off. It just became this huge worldwide smash hit, and it, without exaggeration, anime right now, it's massive. It's a huge industry. That's because of Dragon Ball Z. Without exaggeration. Not only did that port over to Cartoon Network pave the way for anime in the West, his manga and that anime has directly inspired all of the biggest anime of the last 20 years. Almost. Like you cannot watch a single action anime, even non-action anime, for a lot of them that does not have some kind of Dragon Ball influence. It's everywhere. It's crazy how much he had an impact and influence on the industry. So this one was definitely crazy. Like Dragon, even all these years later, like the latest season of Dragon Ball Super, it was so big. They actually got an entire stadium of people together just to have a watch party for it. It is actually crazy how big Dragon Ball became, and I don't think anyone like saw this coming, because like he literally had this is sadly going to be his last project, but there was a new Dragon Ball anime coming up, Dragon Ball Daima, that Akira worked on, and people were looking forward to that in new season of Super, and now that's that's going to be the last thing he ever worked on, and it just sucks, man.
What if they focus on the bad guys and people say nobody asked for this from his last performance?
I like it's going to be interesting to see the reception, because yeah, it's definitely going to hit different. I think because the reception to the anime initially was just like, okay, whatever, looks fine. It look, kind of reminded people of Dragon Ball GT. This whole premise where Goku's a kid, but this one is worked on directly by Toriyama. People mainly wanted a new season of Super, but people are still excited. They got the new Dragon Ball Z game dropping, Sparking Zero. It was going to be a nice year for Dragon Ball. It was setting up to be nice, and then we find out we're going to have to finish it out without Toriyama. It was unthinkable. It really was. I was just playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot the other day. I bought one of the DLC. So yeah, this definitely, like, yeah, Kobe was hard. This one was real hard. I almost didn't do the podcast today. I'm not even joking. I almost did not do this podcast.
I'll have you know that KSI just got RKO'd out of nowhere by Randy Orton.
Is he doing wrestling?
I don't know. He's there with Jake Paul, so
he's supposed to be fighting Mike Tyson.
That's Logan, I think.
Yeah, they're all the same to me.
Oh no, Jake is fighting. I mean Logan Paul. Look, I get them mixed up. You're right. I agree. Dude, Mike Tyson is gonna murder him. Like, because I don't think Mike Tyson has it in him to take the bag and like throw the fight. I don't because I swear to God, Mayweather does, and I swear to God he did. But yeah,
but
Jake's gonna get murdered.
But even then, Mayweather like didn't let himself get shown up. Like,
yeah, like, but Mayweather made his whole career out of doing as little as possible to win.
Yeah, Tyson, like I don't know if Jake Paul can take a hit from Tyson even at throwing at 50%.
Well, there's like a video of him like sparring like 2 years ago at 55, and he literally looked like he was 30. You know, so I mean, I know it's been 2 years, but
yeah, this might get bad, but but
I hope so.
I just hate what
I hate all of them.
Boxing's become. just
I mean, the Paul brothers make me understand why everybody hates white people.
He said it, not me.
I did.
Speaking of hating white people, Sweet Baby Inc. was in the news this week.
I hate you so much, honestly, because I was like ignorant and like just going about my life. I had no idea what the hell a Sweet Baby was. And then you're like, no, Jay, let me tell you all about Sweet Baby. And now it's everywhere. And I blame you.
I mean, it was already everywhere. It was in my people. I had so many people commenting on my Spider-Man or Wolverine videos, Sweet Baby this or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I got to have Jay share in this unpleasant. if I'm going to deal with it, you have to deal with it. Well, I knew about Sweet Baby for a while. I didn't think much of it. And then when it went viral and I saw like all the worst kinds of people were super pushing it, I was like, okay, I don't care about this. This is stupid. Because like I literally tried to talk to a couple of them and I was like, oh, and pretty much everyone who I talked to about the Sweet Baby thing were racist and or extremely stupid. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is probably nothing. But I looked into it and to see if there was something there. So basically this blew up because someone made a Steam page where you can basically set up a Steam page and have it be like, oh, they put together a collection of games that had been worked on by Sweet Baby. So it was basically a checker to see, oh, did Sweet Baby make this game? So people could potentially avoid it. So they had a list of games they previously worked on and some stuff that they're going to work on. And that went viral because, all the people who were already against Sweet Baby and Wokeness or whatever were like, oh, yeah, that's great. And then the co-founder of Sweet Baby made the mistake of trying to get that page and the person's account associated with banned and taken off the internet. And that, of course, rubbed people the wrong way. When you try to suppress people's speech, that always has the exact opposite result, especially when people didn't like you to begin with. So it became this whole big thing. People were digging into this person, the co-founder of Sweet Baby. All this stuff went viral. It reignited people's hatred of Suicide Squad.
All of this is 100% cap. Complete lies and not true.
Yeah. So bringing up God of War and Spider-Man 2 is probably the worst thing you could do to make this Sweet Baby is ruining gaming argument, because those are two of the most critically acclaimed and successful games of the last several years.
Yeah. I mean, they're a consulting company. They literally they come in, they're asked for their opinion, they give it, and the companies either take it or don't. That's it. That's all they do. They consult. They don't rewrite anything.
Yeah. And they when requests, they also do writing services and scripting and stuff like that. But the co-founder was explaining what they do, and that's basically what she said, except she also mentioned how to basically pressure people at your company to use their services, basically so that they don't get canceled on Twitter and make the mistake of not spreading diversity and everything like that. Generally, this person sounds terrible, and Sweet Baby sounds like an extremely stupid company to work with and a huge waste of money. But people are making them out to be the Illuminati, and like they got their hands and everything. Like here's a secret about gaming. maybe you know people think it's like Hollywood. Gaming is not like Hollywood. They don't these studios don't have hundreds of millions of dollars to piss away
Yeah.
like on flops because they want to make a difference or push a message. If a product does not do well, one flop can sink an entire studio. There's no Disney situation. So if it was a issue where Sweet Baby was causing these games to be bad, then what would happen is the game would perform badly and the studio would probably close down or a bunch of people would get fired and the executives would be like, yeah, let's not do that again, which is what happened with Volition.
my favorite Sweet Baby story is the Del Carter or is
Del
it Del,
Carter, yeah,
Walker or Carter?
Del Walker, yeah.
Yeah, I got mixed up. Where he just absolutely ethered this dude who flat out made up lies that Sweet Baby came in and like rewrote everything. And he's like, no, everything was done when they came in. It was written by the same people that wrote all your favorite Arkham games. They just came in.
Their least favorite Arkham game before Suicide Squad. Remember,
right.
They actually hated Arkham Knight.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. There's no tampering. You're factually incorrect. They are just a consulting company. They give their opinion. They say what like they're hired to do. All right, which is consult. It's not to rewrite. It's not to write. Like they are not. They're not writing.
They do writing. To be clear, they do that is one of the services that they offer. But
but it's not in these cases.
What happens in a lot of these cases is that they're literally just called in. Sometimes they do punch up. Sometimes they're just consulting. But what they like they gave it like the co-founder gave an example of one of the service. Like they were talking to a dev, someone, and they were talking about, oh, we have this French character, stereotypically French character, and they have this, the whole French thing, and there was like, and she was like, okay, that's weird, but why not just make them a person of color? That sort of thing is what they'll do. But they didn't even exist as a company until 2018. Yeah. and with some of these projects, they were called in at the end, and they didn't even like for Suicide Squad. They did some audio log stuff. They barely they had nothing to do with the actual script. Like the overall story was already done. Like it was already
not according to Twitter.
Yeah, like if you hate Suicide Squad, it's because the story is because the writers of Arkham Knight made it and you hated it just like you hated Arkham Knight.
Yes.
like literally, I remember people when Arkham Knight came out were saying some of the exact same things they were saying of Suicide Squad. Oh, this isn't canon. What happened to Rocksteady? This, all this other stuff. And then when Suicide Squad comes out, it's like, oh man, what happened to Rocksteady? This isn't what the Rocksteady I remember. Like, what happened to the Rocksteady from Arkham Knight? What happened is that you hated them too. It just is. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like everything, like Spider-Man especially. Like I understand that there's there's some pride stuff in there, and then of course we've got a couple stories like side missions. Like the deaf girl, and the gay couple at Miles' school and all that stuff. But like that was not that was. Like I don't know if you people follow some of these Rocksteady devs. They're like into that. Okay, like that was something.
That's what they don't realize. They think they're under the delusion that all of these devs and people at the studios think just like them,
right?
But they're being held hostage by this woke mafia, like Sweet Baby. No, these studios just they've evolved. They've hired people. They don't need Sweet Baby to tell them to put a pride flag in a game that takes place in New York. You have LGBT employees who work there.
Right.
Like, why would they
Yeah.
need to hire a consultant agency to acknowledge that gay people are real?
Yeah, and like that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, not everything is gonna be for you, and like it just feels like unless it's 100% written for you now, then it's like, oh, this fucking sucks, and it's old. It's not. It's like so stupid. I'm
and
over it.
all the problems that I had with Spider-Man 2, nothing to do with Sweet Baby.
Yeah.
It was literally because they had to rush the game, so they had to cut up the third act and leave some really cool stuff out of it. That and it had some technical issues, but I don't care about about
Yeah.
a couple side missions.
Yeah.
Like
I don't.
I would have loved Miles to have more villains to fight in his side missions. I felt like they were
Right.
a little too neighborhood Spider-Man, but it wasn't because of Sweet Baby. It's just
I bet it's Sweet Baby's fault that Venom doesn't take fire damage.
that's probably it. That's probably one of their big contributions. They're like, I don't know, fire's problematic. Let's change that. make sure Venom is immune to fire.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like it's such a nothing burger. Like, I wish I haven't. I'm not like blended into Spider-Man at the moment, so I can't remember. Like, is it Miles's girlfriend, the deaf girl?
Yeah, Haley.
Haley, yes.
Pride
Like,
flags were already in Spider-Man PS4.
exactly.
Which was developed and released before Sweet Baby existed.
Right. So like,
that was also the game where you got to stare at Black Cat's ass. So
yeah, like all that stuff was already there, but like the Haley mission, I don't understand why people are so bothered by it. Like, I thought it was so cool, and I'm one of those people that, like, I am hearing impaired. I talk about it from time to time.
mm-hmm.
I've had 12 operations on my ears. I don't need to be represented, but I know that there are people that it means something to, like, and it's not about me. Like, I can sit here and say, yeah, I don't need deaf representation. I don't care. Whatever, it's fine. But like, there are kids that play these games, and I've seen it. We've seen it. Like, we've seen the power of Black Panther. Okay, like, how many times have we seen a little kid look at Black Panther and say that's me? Like,
yeah, it's easy to take that for granted when
right.
when you grew up and all the big major characters look just like you. Like, it's easy to say, oh, representation doesn't matter. Well, yeah, because you grew up and all the big characters were white. So
Yeah,
it does mean something.
and I do feel like I felt a little different about that Haley mission, because, man, I don't think people, like, there's that part where, like, all the sound goes away, and I felt that because, like, I remember when I was a sophomore in high school, my hearing was probably the worst it's ever been. Like, I probably had like 25% of my normal hearing, of anyone's normal hearing. I couldn't hear anything. Like, there was a kid behind me that kept asking if I had a urine problem, and obviously making fun of me because I said yes. Like, I said yes because I thought, yes, I have a hearing problem, and they kept saying urine, and like, like, it's funny because, like, I don't think people understand what it's like to have those things, and there's just no patience, there's no nuance, there's no understanding anymore. Like, not everything has to be about you, and I just feel like that mission was really cool, man. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm not, and again, I'm saying that as somebody who, like, never cared. Like, all right, whatever. I don't need a Echo, okay? Like, cool. She's deaf.
No one needed that. That show is
Well,
awful.
but you know what I mean, though. Like,
But yeah,
I get that, but like, I don't need that. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, you don't need to be pandered to.
but there are people that like, it matters, and you see it. I think about like Cody. I don't want to bring another wrestling reference in here, but I think of Cody Rhodes, right?
Right.
And I watch him. He does this thing where he's got like this belt. It's kind of like a weightlifting belt, but it's all
No, he didn't.
No. But it's like got all of his name and his logo and everything on it. And he has a new one every night when he's walking out to the ring. And he finds some kid at ringside and he gives it to them. And he does it like very personally, and like he'll like put his head up against theirs. And sometimes it's kids with Down syndrome. It's there. It's like it's so many different things, and you can see in these kids' face how much it means. Whereas there are just, grown ass adult wrestling fans like, oh, this is stupid. Who cares? Like that, he's just making these people's like existence, and like it's such a small and easy thing to do. And all you have to do is just like let it happen and move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have anything personally like related to that, but I appreciate the mission from a technical standpoint. But it was one mission, it was one side mission in a game that I put 70 hours into so far. So I'm like, I don't, like it's fine. Like I overall enjoyed the game, and I recognize that 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 it did mean something to some other people, and it didn't ruin the story. Like it was just a separate thing, and that's fine. And I didn't let it ruin my day, because it's like who who cares? It's not that big a deal.
With all due respect, I don't really think this was necessary. I like, I'm just telling the story of what happens. I mean, like, obviously, like he knows who to look for. It's not the point.
Yes, we know wrestling's fake. His point was that it's it means something to the kids that is happening to, and a lot to them. And there are adult wrestling fans who look down on it and say, oh, that's dumb, whatever. And like they just don't have any appreciation or empathy for
Right.
for anyone other than themselves. That was the point.
Empathy is just dead today. Like, no, like I can't even believe some of the things that people like think they can say and get away with. It's
For
just crazy.
especially for clout. Like we had someone try to attack Akira Toriyama the day he died, and the entire internet came together and just obliterated this. Like they found real world pictures of him, and he
Oh, I
was
think
a
I saw that, and he like shut
yeah,
down his Twitter.
yeah. Oh, it was bad, bro. Oh, it was bad, and he deserves it. Like it is crazy.
Who is this E-Champ weirdo?
I have no what is happening.
I don't know. Like, what do you like? Like, bro, do you really think that we thought that like Suicide Squad was gonna have the problems that it had? Like, I played it well before the game came out. I went to California and played it. It worked great there. Played the alpha. It worked great for me then.
we were
Like,
literally weren't we literally criticizing Suicide Squad last week?
yeah. And the week before,
What do you
like
talk? What do you talk?
I don't
Literally,
understand like what we're doing here.
who's
Like,
doing damage control? We were we were, we were literally talking about all the things that were wrong and how they gotta turn out. What are you talking about?
yeah, like,
this is why this is exactly what I mean. Like,
yeah,
like
it's
the
bad
people,
faith.
like the people that I've actually tried to engage with on the Sweet Baby thing, 100% of them are either very stupid, like we're seeing here, or extremely racist. Like,
Yeah,
and it makes it hard to take any of it what they're saying seriously. That's why, firstly, I can just look at stuff, research on my own to come to my own conclusions. But yeah, talking to these people is like completely pointless. Like you can like like they're not smart enough to have like a real discussion. They have their pre-planned talking points and their narrative, and they just stick to that.
yeah.
So
I'm just every day it's something. I like my block button has been like getting a workout this week.
oh yeah, it's therapeutic,
Yeah, I
when
forgot. I
you
forgot that the Snyderverse people were like the first generation of psychotic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because yeah, Snyder was on Joe Rogan, and that clip of him saying that he wanted to make Batman murder people went viral.
I felt like I made a very general comment that was using what he said as an example of a broader problem, that there are people that do this and that's why everything's wrong. And like the amount of people that came in here, stop hating on Snyder. I'm like, I'm not talking about just him. What he said was incredibly stupid. Like I had somebody literally try to list off every single time Batman tried to kill somebody to me today on Twitter. Like, oh, then the parademons he killed, and he stepped on a bug, and he cut some grass, and Ivy was very upset. Like, just on and on. And I'm like, dude, you don't get Batman. Like, yes, he has killed people before, but not like, but like it's literally his core value to try not to.
Yeah, we already have a violent vigilante whose family was murdered, who fights crime in a suit. His name's the fucking Punisher.
Right.
We don't need Batman to retread that ground.
And the point we were talking about is this motherfucker, Zack Snyder, looks at Batman and says, "Oh, he can't kill. Well, fuck you, he can't. He's gonna motherfucking kill everybody. Ja Rule, baby. It's murder."
Wow, that was very offensive, but but very good, very convincing, Ja Rule.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like this sort of thinking is how we got a House of M adaptation from somebody who never read House of M and didn't know who Mephisto was.
Wait, hold on. Zack Snyder is making a Punisher movie? Oh, he kills everybody. No, we're gonna bring their mom flowers.
Like exactly. It's incredibly stupid to take a character and just immediately think of how can I make them completely unrecognizable from all the people who love them. Like,
yeah, it's just baffling, and that was the point I was trying to make. But like people saw, oh, he's saying something bad after a video of Zack Snyder. Therefore, Zack Snyder's movies made more money than everything else. I'm like, oh, okay.
Are we ignoring the fact that he had how many of them actually flopped? Like the most successful. It's funny they said the 800 average. The most successful Snyderverse movie, the two most successful Snyderverse movies were not directed by Snyder. It was David Ayers and Patty Jenkins.
Yeah.
He didn't even do the most successful projects.
Well, somebody was trying to compare like the money that Justice League and Batman versus Superman made versus the Batman. No, versus the Batman. And I'm like, okay, first of all, the Batman was like one of the top 10 money-making movies of the year, which was the COVID, like basically the first time people were going back to the movies after COVID.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not the same world, you know, and I don't know, man. Oh, it's just like I had a great Justice League experience. Like I know a lot of people did, but like I saw Justice League like an early screening with nothing but fanboys. Like it was a massive theater, every seat filled, nothing but fanboys. And every time any little thing happened, people like got out of their seats and cheered. Like you would have thought we had just watched like one of the greatest movies ever made, and it was a 6 out of 10. You know, I don't know.
I mean, that's true. No, it's fine. But yeah, it's weird to brag about the Batman versus because I looked up the numbers. The Batman grossed $771 million during COVID, and Batman v Superman, a movie whose premise is the two biggest characters in history fighting each other. No pandemic, only did 874
Yeah, that's like the whole thought. My whole thought was, okay, cool. They made a little bit more money, but like they didn't have to deal with COVID and people that don't even want to go back to the theaters that just want everything to go straight to streaming. You know what I mean?
And it had Superman in it.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we got to watch, you know, gritty, grounded
Hold up.
versions.
Not only did it have Superman in it, it had Wonder Woman and Doomsday.
Yeah,
And it only made 100 million more.
right.
What? How's that a
But
flex?
but that wasn't his vision.
Of course.
That wasn't
Like
his version.
that was it. Yeah,
And
we got to see.
if he got to make it his way, it would have been so much better.
I mean, to be fair, I did see the full 5 hour Snyder version, and I can confirm it was slightly better. I mean, in terms of it making sense, coherently, you know, story wise, but still had most of the same problems, and now it was just too long.
This is an interesting question.
Who
Apparently, it's
dealt
a
with
trap.
the best in the? We mean who dealt with it best in entertainment? What does that
Um,
even? What does that even mean?
I don't.
Who adapted to it?
I'm gonna assume he wants me to say WWE because they like basically managed to keep everything going at their performance center. But I don't know. I like.
I mean, UFC held it together. The NBA, gaming. Obviously, there were a lot of delays and everything like that, but they
Yeah.
put together a work from home program pretty relatively quickly, and it seemed to work out. So it feels like most entertainment outlets, the major ones at least, were able to able to handle. Obviously, anything that involved anything that involved in person stuff was a lot worse off. But yeah, it seems like, you know, a lot of people did a really good job given the circumstances.
Yeah, I don't know what the trap part was. I mean, I feel like
Yeah,
there's I feel like a lot of the entertainment industry handled it
that's
very
the thing.
well.
That's an interesting point, Hoarder. He thinks DRM. That's usually the culprit of a lot of games being asked. Uh, so he thinks that might have contributed because it wasn't applied during the closed alpha.
No,
And
NBA had the bubble where like all the teams got together in the same place, basically.
yeah, they I think they were at Disney World. They locked down that whole area. They just had players staying at the hotel, staying in that on that compound on the ground, and then they played then they played their games, and no one was allowed to leave. They were just there for that set amount of time. Yeah, that's how they adjusted before the vaccines came out, and then they had regular games.
Uh, I guess our stream is probably like gonna get nerfed because we talked about COVID.
That's probably fine. They've lightened up as long. this is the question people came to see. Based on the art I'd say that I've seen, it's got to be Wonder Woman.
I don't think any of them are really built for that. You know what I
I,
mean? Like,
I don't know. I've seen some pretty life saving Wonder Woman art. So
I mean, I would say out of the four, maybe she's the best, but like, Brie Larson is
I
not
I,
really.
I assume they were talking about the comic, the actual character, not the
Oh, I
not.
assumed
I
the
assume the
movie versions.
I assume the characters themselves, not the live action adaptations.
Oh, if it's the characters themselves, I would say Gamora because she's like definitely the biggest whore of the group.
I mean,
She's like banged half the Marvel universe.
yeah, but that doesn't mean she has the best thighs.
I mean, hold on.
That means she's. Are we going to pull up? Let's pull up some safer work art.
Gamora has some very not safe for work.
I'm looking for some safer work. Gamora. Here's a decent one.
How do we not have Gamora saved?
I'm surprised you don't.
No, I have like a collection of like character art that I would like dip into when I had to.
For research purposes, I'm sure.
No, like whenever I was making a video, that way I didn't have to like search for them.
Right. Sure. Sure, Jay. Sure.
Well, all right. Anyway, Gamora's banged Tony Stark. She's banged Richard Rider.
That's not the question. That's
Star
not the
Lord.
question he asked, though, Jay. I have some image comparisons here. Okay, so here I found pulled up some art that I found. Here's Gamora.
Jesus Christ, that's not really Gamora.
Here's this is one of the first ones I saw.
I bet.
It's keeping it safe for work. All right, so you can find some other ones. If that's not accurate. Here's a Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's oh, that's David Nakayama too.
Yep. Very very nice. Very I don't know. It's they're all very blessed in that department, I would say. Here's a comic cover for Gamora. This one is probably more representative of her her thighs. Let's see.
I got one of basically her standard outfit. I mean, that is more modern Gamora, but
Gamora. Yeah, Jay, give me some from your archive, Jay.
hold on. I for some reason do not have a Gamora archive. But I did find this is what she wore during Annihilation. Okay, like this is a very Annihilation.
So far, Wonder Woman's winning. I looked up Cheetah; it's not even close.
Like this is a normal Gamora outfit.
Okay, very, very nice, very nice. She's definitely stacked. I gotta give it to Wonder Woman.
No, I agree actually there. So
Yeah, Wonder Woman's definitely got the demigod advantage there. You know, she uses you can definitely tell she trains more. But they're both respectfully very lovely ladies and are very great at kicking ass. So happy International Women's Day, everyone.
Hoarder gets it. Annihilate, yeah. Man. If you could read like one comic book run, Annihilation. So good.
I would say I love an adaptation, but we know how that would go. that would be you know what would be good? An anime adaptation of Annihilation. That would actually be great.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take an animated, like it doesn't have to be anime style. It can be
the anime style Marvel stuff I've seen has been better than pretty much all the animated Marvel stuff I've seen so far. I think they should do more of those collabs. They're pretty amazing. Yeah, for both Marvel and DC. Speaking of, there's a Suicide Squad anime coming out that I definitely want to check out. I think it's coming to Netflix.
You know how you know how down on Suicide Squad we are? I literally haven't even opened this yet.
I haven't even ordered one, and I won't.
This one has Great White Shark.
Actually, I think I'm supposed to be getting a care package. Actually, so I think I'm getting the comic for free anyway. So one of them.
I think I'm getting the same care package.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to be getting one from Capcom too.
Who did you choose?
For the board, or I know I think I chose Green Lantern for the skate deck. You know, that's my guy because I know everyone's going to want Batman, but I got to represent my boy Green Lantern.
Yeah, I just said honestly I don't care. I just said my order of favorites is Deadshot, Harley, Green Lantern. So take from that as you will.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure my priority was just making sure they got my size right on the jacket.
I mean, I don't expect to get one that fits, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it'll look good. Yeah, I was quite surprised by that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a flex my Capcom Dragon's Dogma hoodie when I get it, and
nice.
my Suicide Squad jacket.
Yeah, still never heard from those people.
Yeah, one day, Jay. I represented. I got a new do-rag for my New Game Plus stream.
Yes, you ignored like every single one of my comments.
I'm a popular guy, Jay.
You weren't that popular.
3,900 concurrents. That was pretty.
My name stands out. I literally watched you like read the comments around mine, and I was like, "This motherfucker is ignoring me."
You have like an aura of forgettability around you sometimes, Jay.
It must be the blue name, the check mark, and the little logo next to my name. That must be it.
There's a lot of those, Jay. You know, there's a lot of stuff. Because I was also halfway distracted during that stream because I was trying to check for the update, and at one point I actually made a video during the stream because so many people were asking me how to change the tendril color. I was like, well, obviously I have to make a video about that because that's going to blow up immediately,
right?
and it did. so I was like editing a video during part of that. So I definitely missed some comments for sure. But I talk to you every week, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I kept calling you Prison Sadat.
Oh, so it's fine. So I got to ignore. I didn't miss anything funny
because it was purple. It was purple.
Oh yeah.
It was like Prison Mike.
It was
the Dementors.
It was purple or red. Funny thing is, I actually perfectly matched the Miles Morales Hell Gala suit accidentally.
Yeah.
Like this is the exact colors of the Miles Hell Gala suit. It was actually perfect that I was wearing that do-rag while playing with Miles on the Hellfire Gala. This was definitely a W choice. And that was a mostly W update. Obviously, people had, obviously as a content creator, loved it, but everyone wasn't as enthusiastic, Mr. Shock Blast.
They expected more from a patch. It is a patch.
Jay, I literally saw someone leave a comment on one of my videos about this New Game Plus saying they were expecting 6 additional hours of story content.
It was a patch. It was not an expansion. It was a patch. They were just fixing stuff and adding a couple extra features.
Yeah, I thought they mostly gave us exactly what they said they were going to. Like, it's New Game Plus. You're getting some new skins. You're getting mission replay. You're changing the time of day. You're changing the tendrils. They added some bonus stuff like golden gadgets, which useless, whatever, but who cares? And the symbiote styles, which I thought were really cool, and some new features for their accessibility, which is always nice. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much around what I was expecting. They give you something new to chase. They give you some cool new stuff, and that'll tide you over. And the one thing I thought that I can understand people being disappointed by was the lack of changing the weather. I know people wanted that feature. That was, they got the time of day, didn't get the weather, but not a deal breaker for me. I'm sure it's something they could potentially add later on. But the biggest thing they added was an accident. So for some of you definitely know because you got your games erased, but they accidentally patched in the dev tools so that you can actually mess around with the game on the back end. So people were able to do stuff like make their characters invincible, super increased damage and knockback. And they also, unfortunately, got to see a preview of one of the Spider-Man 2 story DLCs that are coming out. Now,
Hopefully for
this
sale.
hopefully for sale. I'm hearing so this leaked last year as part of the cyber attack. There was a full roadmap of DLC, so we got to see all of them, and apparently they were free. So we don't know if they're gonna if that'll plan out, but
Just had to lay off like 50 people for no reason, by the way.
yeah. So who knows what the hell's going on with that? But so far, all we know for sure, well, we don't know now, but we do know now for sure. But yeah, so there is DLC coming and story DLC coming. Expect that to be announced. But this particular update was not about new content. It was just about adding some stuff fans wanted and fixing some issues. That's it. So if you did play around with that debug thing, sorry if your game got erased because that they did warn people on Twitter that was a potential side effect if you were messing around with that when they dropped that hotfix. So I definitely know at least one person who someone commented that they had to start all over because they were messing around with it.
I hope it was the person that had like 10 100% saves.
that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect.
Because they wouldn't mind. Also, Jedi, I think you're like battling the auto mod right now. I doubt anybody's actually modding on Twitch for you, right?
Yeah. I literally don't have most of my people that are mods are watching on the YouTube side. No one's no one's modding you on Twitch. That's the auto mod that Twitch is just randomly just detecting stuff. So just you'll be on your best behavior. You'll be fine, probably. But did you enjoy the update, J Shock Blast?
I logged in, made a video about the $5 suits, and logged out.
Oh, you got yours?
Yeah, I bought them. Yeah,
that's right. Supporting a good cause and rubbing it in the faces of the
they looked
crybabies.
way cooler in game. Like, listen, it's not something I ever would have wanted per se, but like they looked pretty cool in game. Like they had like Fresh Prince vibes.
Very, very fresh Prince. Very, very fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Even the Hellgal suit. Like obviously Peters is the best, but when I was actually rocking out the Miles Hellgala in game, like in combat, I was like, this is actually growing. It's actually growing on me. It's actually pretty cool. I thought he looked pretty. I thought he looked pretty fresh. And he would look really funny in the cutscenes though when he was being serious.
Oh yeah. I don't love the cutoff where the hair shows, but I would feel the same way if that was Peter. Like any of them, I don't think that's a good look for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what they're going for because they want to. I think what they want to do to distinguish Miles is the hair, rather than just making it look too much like a Spider-Man mask. That's their way of distinguishing that. But but I feel like they have the that's what the hoodie's for. Like I don't want to. I want to see his hair, especially because he has that freaking Killmonger bullshit that every fucking game dev thinks all black people have. Like Jesus Christ, we have other hairstyles. I promise you we do. Can we retire the Killmonger, please?
Yeah, I have no opinion on that. I trust your judgment.
You would. It's like it's actually a meme at this point because every game that's introducing a black character now for the last like 5 years or so has been abusing the Killmonger, and it's a lot, bro. We get it. Like, give it up, please. give us a new hairstyle for God's sake. like I was perfectly fine with Miles Morales in his own game with the night once he got his haircut. I thought, oh, that looks nice, clean, simple, cool. Like Green Lantern and Suicide Squad, perfect, amazing, even amazing cut. Him and Deadshot, very clean, very crisp, great shape ups. Love it. We don't need the Killmonger. You let it go.
Here, I'm gonna share this just for Jedi, since he's talking about Baltimore born and bred.
Shout out to Carmelo.
There we go. Rocking the Pats and the Red Sox in Baltimore.
Jay is a man with no fear.
Oof, I walked into Yankee Stadium wearing a Red Sox jersey.
Yeah,
and survived.
That's how much of a badass Jay is. They didn't dare try anything.
Nah, they're softies.
Yeah, they knew better. Bring in do-rags, hoodies, beaties, and hats back. Jay. I mean, I don't know if Jay would do that now. Current New York is kind of sketchy, but
yeah.
But back then, yeah, Jay definitely did care. Now I probably wouldn't recommend.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy over there. But I'm personally looking forward to the Spider-Man DLC. It would be definitely weird if the DLC is free and they still made Insomniac fire all these people.
There were actual people that were like, this is how stupid the internet is now. There are people like, no, they should fire people so that the other studios could live. I'm like, that's terrible business. Like, I hope to God you don't run a business. Like, you don't keep you don't like take away from a profit center to fund a profit loser. Like, I'm sorry, you just don't do that. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I'm sorry that whatever studio was tasked with making like VR games that aren't selling, but like, why should Insomniac walk up to these like artists and say, hey, by the way, we have to let you go, but it's okay. We're going to keep that other studio open so they can keep losing money. Makes no sense.
That's what's weird about this is that they fired all those people from Insomniac and Gorilla and Naughty Dog, and they still closed the studio down. they closed London down. They laid off a bunch of people at Firesprite and canceled the Twisted Metal game, and they fired people from Naughty Dog, Insomniac, and Gorilla.
It makes no sense. Like, why would I'm sorry, like that like entire studios have to close. Like, nobody wants any of this. Okay. But like Insomniac is posting profits for you. Don't fuck with them.
Every game.
They shouldn't have to finance your other stuff.
Not only has Insomniac been profiting, they have single-handedly harried them during this generation.
And Santa Monica has to lay off people, and they're giving away DLC for God of War that people are like, I would have paid $20 for this. It makes no sense.
Like Horizon, like I saw someone say like suggest that Horizon maybe they had layoffs because the game didn't do well. No, Forbidden West sold over 8 million copies, and we're not even counting the paid DLC that they released after that. Like all these places made money.
Yeah.
The only place with layoffs that kind of made sense was Naughty Dog, because they haven't had a new game in a while. They were prepping for this big live service projects that are hiring a lot of people, including contract workers, and they canceled the project. So it's natural they would lay some people off there. But
I just want to say this is the bravest man in chat.
He used to work at Lincoln Financial Field and from Philly, but every game you came in all black. Oh, that's insane, bro.
Imagine walking into the Eagles Stadium dressed in Steelers colors.
I'm from Philly. I don't particularly like the Eagles. I would never.
No. That's definitely one play. Like, I went to a Phillies game, but they weren't playing the Red Sox. I would never go to a Phillies game wearing a Red Sox gear. I'm more afraid of that than I am walking in the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, Philly, especially now, is crazy. Don't mess around in Philly, bro.
No,
you will die.
They're just terrible. The worst sports fans.
The worst. I have no trouble admitting.
I will say though, when I was there, it was right after the Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and I went to a Wawa when we were going home in the morning,
Shout out to
and
Wawa.
I didn't even realize I was wearing like a Patriots hoodie, and I got some like side eyes, but I was very proud of Philly. No one made fun of me.
I wasn't worried about them making fun of you. I was worried about them whipping your ass.
Well, I mean, what would they do that for? They just beat us in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Because they're Philly.
Fair.
It's like, why would you boo Santa Claus? Because it's Philly. What do you mean?
That's fair.
like,
That's fair.
like it is what it is. It's Philly.
Yeah.
Like Philly does Philly things. Like it is what it is. Like, it's not about Eagles as a team, but fans are the worst. I root for the Sixers. You know, I because of Iverson, I still rock with the Sixers. But yeah, I don't care about anything else, and I absolutely hate the fans. Philly fans are awful. I'm glad I don't live in that city anymore. It is terrible. It's terrible.
WrestleMania is there in a couple weeks, and
I will not be there.
yeah, my brother and I don't know. I don't think we're gonna end up doing it, but there's like the night, like 2 nights before WrestleMania, the Undertaker is having like kind of like an open mic thing where he just sits in front of the crowd and
Doing
talks
comedy.
about no, not like comedy. Like it's like spoken word basically. He just sits there and talks about his career, and it's one of those kind of things.
Like a one-man show.
Yeah, something like that. And that's his favorite wrestler, and depending on how much it all is, because I don't know, money's tight right now, but I was told him that, you know, we drove down in the morning, went to the show, stayed overnight at a cheap hotel, and then went to the WWE experience and then drove home. You know, we'll see what happens. But I don't see that happening.
How's money tight, Jay? I was reliably told that you are on the WB payroll.
I am broke as a joke.
WB is supposed to be funding all of your opinions, Jay. How is that
I wish. Listen, I wish, but no. Thank God that I'm the housewife. Thank God that my wife is the breadwinner, because
damn right.
I'm okay with it.
Speaking of WB,
I'm not, but
speaking of WB, I think that actual literal shill check is supposed to be coming soon.
Did you send an invoice?
Yeah, I invoiced it.
All right, I have not sent one in yet, but I need to.
Yeah, my shill check is coming. So so that's gonna be a nice day. But WB it was surprising to know that Jay does not always, not only does he not always agree with WB, they're not paying him for his opinions all the time. It's very rare.
Ever.
Yeah, but still that unfortunately gets Jay into a lot of arguments on Twitter, especially about
I've been better lately.
It still can get yeah. Like I think one of the things is that was, you know, getting people riled up was that this whole thing about WB doubling down on live service. Now they confirmed last year, like CEO Zaslav said this was their plan. I guess people thought that after Suicide Squad debuted at number 3 instead of number 1, that they were going to completely abandon their live service plans. But the reality is that no, they're not. It was based on they looked at the market, they looked at their IPs, and were like, yeah, we should probably make more, you know, mobile free to play live service stuff using our biggest IPs, because that seems to be what's doing well. And people are like,
because nobody ever questions the pricing on mobile. Like they pump out, like, people talk about the whole Activision deal for Xbox and Microsoft. They bought that just as much for Candy Crush as they did any other game, because that game like prints money. Like, it's absurd. 100%. And nobody ever questions like mobile games ever. Suicide Squad is great for the industry if it works.
Yeah, 100%. Suicide Squad is not like, I know there's this absolute cope that people have about whenever they see a live service game fail. The reality is, and Suicide Squad still hasn't even gotten its first season of content yet, so this is all premature anyway.
Right.
But it's a situation where they're just blind, they're just refusing to accept the reality. Like the era of these big expensive single player games are over. Mobile games have been massive for years now.
Yeah.
They print money. Fortnite, Call of Duty, now we just had Helldivers, you know, massive new game, also live service. Like live service games, it just it just makes more sense. If you're going to spend a lot of money on a game anyway, it makes sense for a lot of these studios to be like, okay, let's make something that we're going to be able to monetize and not worry entirely on how many sales it's going to have. And if it's successful, then we can keep pumping it out.
My favorite thing to do on the internet is make people realize that their favorite game is a game as a service, and just
It's very
the
fun.
like you can feel the jaw drop from across the internet. Like, I don't think people understand how many of their games are services. Like, I feel like there's like, it's like Pokemon evolutions. Okay, you've got games as a service, and then there's live service. They're like kissing cousins, but they're kind of related. But they're, live service obviously has a lot more of a live element to it, where like it's a living game mostly. And
Right.
then there's MMO, which is like kind of both of them, like on steroids. All right, so like games as a service is literally any game that has add-on content. Like anything that you could purchase something outside of the core game that you bought is a service. It's a game as a
Yes.
service.
That's literally what it is.
And people, like, the amount of cope they have. No, no, it is literally a game as a service. Arkham Knight is the prototype for the superhero game as a service. Had a
It's
season
so
pass.
it's absolutely hilarious to hear how people try to justify saying that that's not a game as a service. It's hilarious because it's so blatantly a game as a service. Like you
Yeah.
like I had literally someone trying to argue that having selling cosmetics, having a paid season pass, having paid DLC doesn't make something a games as a service. I'm like, oh, so Suicide Squad isn't a games as a service. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like it literally every aspect almost of a games as a service that game has. Like you had the base game. They offered a $40 season pass. On top of that, offering you cosmetics, characters. They are selling individually. Like I literally pulled this up. I went into the PlayStation Store, pulled up Arkham Knight, and I scrolled down through the add-ons. There's a bunch of skins for sale. Like, what do you mean?
Yep. Yep. It's very clear. I don't really feel like people want to hear that though. Oh, stop froze. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like I people love games as a service. They just don't realize it and don't want to admit it, you know? Like, what do you think Spider-Man, like, 2, what you want it to be? You literally, all these people are begging for it to be a
A
game
games
as a
are
service,
exactly.
right? But no, that's not true because they want everything for free.
Of course.
They don't want to actually pay for it.
Of course. They always bitch about it.
And to be fair, Insomniac caused that. If they just stuck to everything with the first game, where they had a season pass, and the pay, listen, if you want them to keep, unless they cut the content, which possible, but I doubt it. you should be willing to pay for it. Like, you should not expect it for free. You should not expect 6 new hours of gameplay for free. No, you shouldn't.
But Jay, I paid $70
Yeah,
already.
you probably should have paid 90.
like
I don't think people understand. Like, people bitched about the 10 extra dollars, but like, I don't know, man. A bag of potato chips used to cost 25 cents, and now it's like $3. You know, like, what do you want me to do here?
times are changing. Like
Yeah.
like if you want to get the deluxe edition and the extra stuff, it's $10. Or you don't have to. Like, you can still, it's the same game.
Yeah. I don't get it, man. I don't want to pay more for games either, but like, shit costs money to make. You know, like, it's not a charity.
At the end of the day, gaming is not just an entertainment industry; it is a luxury entertainment industry.
Yeah.
It is a luxury to spend hundreds of dollars on a console or thousands of dollars on a PC so you can play games on it. That is a luxury business.
Yeah.
We have fun with it, we love it, but it is a luxury. If you can't afford luxury hobbies, then that's a you problem, not an not an industry problem.
Yeah. And I do understand that there are companies that make that's like, some of the monetization doesn't feel fair, right?
NBA 2K is the first thing they always they're literally going through a lawsuit actually right now.
Are they?
It's bad over there, bro. It's real bad.
They made some changes in WWE 2K24, because they've got like a similar, like it's My Faction, is what it's called.
Similar to my team.
Probably.
You're basically gambling opening packs.
Yeah, but they did something now where some of these cards that you use these cards as your characters in the My Faction mode,
Right.
and you can like earn, currency to buy more and whatever other cards. But what they're doing now is they've got some of them have what's called Persona. So the first one that had Persona was actually free.
Right.
For John Cena, it's like an action figure version of John Cena that you can play with. And there was like a code you could download, and it was a Persona card. So not only can you use it in My Faction, but you can use it in every other game mode, which they've never done before. So that's kind of cool. There was another one for Sheamus, it's basically like just another outfit, like a different version of him from 2009. And that's something they're doing a little bit more, which I think is really cool.
Well, I guess, I wouldn't call it cool, but what they added to my team was the first 100 overall players. So the whole goal of NBA My Team is to you open packs and you collect players and everything like that, and you use those players to assemble teams and compete against each other. And obviously the best players are higher rarities, and you want to have the most high rarity, high stat, everything like that, guys, on your team. So for the first time ever, they introduced 100 overall players.
Oof.
And one of the bigger content creators wanted to test, because usually what you could do is you can straight up buy a high rarity card, but for the 100 overalls, you can only gamble for it. You can't just buy it directly. You have to open a bunch of packs and hope that you pull it. There's no option to buy it directly. So one of the biggest content creators, I think it's Troy Dan, he wanted to test the pack odds. So he was like, okay, let's see how much money, VC, you have to spend real money for it. Say, how much will it cost me until I pull this 100 overall? Guess how much it cost him?
$6,000.
Higher.
Holy shit. $11,000.
A little lower.
$9,000.
A little bit lower.
$8,000.
$8,000. And
Holy shit.
he did not get the card, to be clear. He spent $8,000 in VC opening packs to get this 100 overall. He did not fucking get it.
At least it's a tax write-off.
It is.
At least it's a tax write-off.
For him, it is.
At least it's a tax write-off.
But holy shit.
I don't know if they do. I mean, I don't know if this is why they do it now, but I did notice that before you buy, like, the options when you're buying the packs, it does have odds. Like, you can look, and it has like the card odds. So I didn't look at it, but I did listen. I got the game for free.
Yeah.
They flew me to Salt Lake City, Utah, and like let me play the game early, let me meet some of the wrestlers, let me, smell what The Rock was cooking on SmackDown. All right. I can't complain. So I bought $50 in VC because I feel like I owe it to them. I bought 5 packs or 10 packs. And I was told, hold on, let me read an actual comment. Because I did not, like, I don't usually do this. All right. I don't usually play that mode, but I was very curious. This is what somebody says. That was brutal. Thanks for the vid. I won't be buying any packs.
J Performance Service. I actually was curious that you brought it up. So I just looked up the pack odds for the 100 overall in NBA 2K My Team.
Yeah.
And actually pretty surprising. Not surprising now that he didn't pull it. These are the precise pack odds. 100 overall in 2K in my team. So Troy Dad was definitely walking into that one.
Fair enough.
So yeah, needless to say, definitely don't try to get the 100 overall unless you literally just have money to throw away. Like you just got it like that. You're someone like Troy Dan who makes money covering 2K and you can just write that off. But that's so scummy. That's so crazy. That's so bad.
Yeah, I don't love that either. I don't know.
I feel like it's one thing to like if they had just been like, okay, we're doing 100 overall, you can buy it outright for a million VC or 2 million, 5 million VC or whatever.
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay, not great, but you say a million VC, say a couple $100, and you'd be like, but I'd be like, it's literally pay to win. At least you're paying directly for the thing. Making you gamble for it and making the odds that bad is crazy.
But like, I don't understand the point. Like, I've never in any game really played that game mode.
Yeah.
Like, Madden has their Ultimate Team and stuff like that.
So it is very much a very competitive pay to win mode. You have to have the best players on your team, and it's not even just a casual fun thing. They literally have tournaments every year where the winner gets hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this is very a competitive thing, like with an actual league attached to it. So it's not even just like a casual fun mode thing. This is like a really competitive mode. So that's why people are, obviously trying to get the best cards, the best everything that are involved in that mode. So obviously you're going to want to have 100 overall player on your team. But oh boy, it's going to be tough. Like, I personally never tried my team. I was like, like I accidentally clicked on my team and opened it, and I was like, I would never do this. Like, it's so scummy. Like from the like it's literally completely optimized to make you buy packs. Like it took me a full 2 minutes to exit out of my team because when I accidentally clicked on it, because of all the pop up and bullshit that I have to go through. I'll tell you, hey, did you see this pack? Oh, did you see this pack? We going to buy this? Hey, you got to open this. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to get to my career, bro. I ain't even trying to do all that.
Yeah, I just think it goes back to the overall point though. Like, I don't have a like, again, I don't want to spend extra on video games if I don't have to. All right. But the idea that I don't have to wait 4 or 5 more years for the next game, where you can just take the base game and keep adding on to it, is very appealing. And I don't mind paying extra to do that.
Absolutely. And players globally have proven, I mean, we haven't had a GTA game in 10 years because for
like,
a reason.
all the most successful games are a service game for the most part. Like, you know, you've got a unicorn, and then but everybody wants to point to the unicorn, like, but Hogwarts Legacy, they were a single player game. Yeah, but Hogwarts Legacy is a unicorn. Okay, it is a diamond in the rough. It is not normal. That is not a normal thing that happens to video games.
And guess what? Those people were still, even at launch, those people were asking for online and DLC and everything like that, because the player drop off was big. Like, it's still, you know, pretty popular relatively, but there's not, but people want more content on it. They don't want to wait 5 years for a sequel. They want DLC.
Right. And I don't want to speak out of my ass on this one, but Red Dead Redemption 2, critically acclaimed, like a masterpiece in so many ways. But didn't they shut down online on that game because it probably wasn't making any money? You know what I mean? Like, it's not always about how good the game is. It's about, can we justify like continuing support on it, you know? And you know, people, I'm telling you right now, like, I just feel like people want all these single player games, and then they get them and they just bitch about them, like, because it's not 100% what they wanted. You know, we get the, oh, I didn't ask for this.
They want single player games because they have no fucking friends. That's what it ultimately boils down to. They have no friends. They resent any game that has multiplayer because it reminds them that they have no friends.
And there are definitely some games that I feel like miss the mark when it comes to like Fallout 76, all right? Like, the Fallout franchise up until that point was single player, you know? And I loved New Vegas. I loved 3, I loved 4. Like, those are great games. 76, like, it just fell flat because they launched it with no NPCs. Okay, the only people you're going to meet are real people, you know, or enemies. So, like, that was a huge mistake, and they've course corrected and everything, but it was too late for me. I was gone, you know.
Right.
Like, I remember Bethesda was in my chat the night that Fallout 76 launched, you know, because I had it a little early, and like, I'm starting, like, it was awesome, and I wanted to love the game. It just didn't quite hit the mark. And like, there are definitely cases where you take that single player experience and try to turn it into something multiplayer, and it's not necessarily that it didn't work with Fallout, it's just they didn't execute it properly.
And that's what it always comes down to, execution.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, man.
A bad game is a bad game, regardless of whether it's multiplayer or single player. Gollum sucks. It's a single player game.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. It's a terrible game. And it has nothing to do with the genre. It is what it is. Helldivers 2 is a great game, and it just all happens to be live service. Gollum sucks ass, and it's a single player game. It doesn't matter. It's about the execution of the actual game itself. And they just convince themselves that if it's a live service or it's a multiplayer, it's automatically going to be bad. Newsflash, that's where the industry has been headed. Like, game, like, whether it's not even necessarily going to be multiplayer. Like, I would, like, if I'm WB and I'm imagining this is what they're going to do with Wonder Woman, they told people, oh, it's not live service, because people reacted that they thought was live service because they saw their job posting looking for someone with live service experience, and that's because they're probably going to monetize it. Like it's from the Monolith, who heavily monetized their Shadow of War game, even though it was supposed to be a mostly single player experience. They had some multiplayer aspects added on, but Wonder Woman's, they were like, no, Wonder Woman single player, not live service game. I mean, it might have a season pass and paid cosmetics and paid DLC expansions, but it's not a live service game. Don't say that word, because they know those people are stupid. And if you give them a live service game without telling them it's a live service game, they'll eat that shit up.
Yeah. That is definitely the key. And not even live service. It doesn't even have to be live service. It could just be a regular game as a service style game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem.
I swear, they could literally make it like, hey, Wonder Woman is a single player, non-live service game. We're going to have are paid DLC, seasonal content, events, paid cosmetics, a battle pass, but it's not a live service game. Don't call it a live. They'll be like, they said it's live service. It's single player, so there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But I just think about like all the popular games though. It's like Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty. People talk about Warframe all the time. Literally a free to play game where nothing but, like, I guess you can play it free to play, but I'm sure you have to pay for like expansion. I'm talking my ass, I guess, but
pretty sure they have a subscription model.
So there's that. People talk all the time about DC Universe Online, which is going 10 years in. 13, I mean, heavily monetized.
I think we're at 13 years now.
Crazy.
Got Game of Thrones Online from Daybreak. Big success. Been going on even longer than DCUO.
Yeah, it looks like Multiverses is coming. Oh wow.
Multiverses is coming back. Another live service.
Somebody just I'm retweeting it now. Hold on. Somebody just tweeted at me, present the McDonald's thing that's happening.
Yeah, I saw that they're doing something with McDonald's, but yeah, Multiverses had a very successful beta. Basically, what it was basically an open beta.
And so I guess you get like a tin in it, and there's these cards. I don't know what the cards have. Hold on, there was a QR code.
Definitely not enough to get me to eat at McDonald's.
Well, I'll get some chicken nuggies. Let's see what this QR code does.
Yeah, I've been doing kind of the keto thing, so.
Oops, error 404. So I tried doing the QR code, but it does not bring you anywhere yet.
Well, at least Multiverses was smart enough to do that collaboration with McDonald's and not Adidas. Otherwise, it would have been a huge
not allowed to do that. Imagine if they made a Tasmanian Devil Adidas shoe, Multiverses themed.
Oh boy, that would have been a huge problem. Good thing they only putting them in Happy Meals. Oh, that could have been bad. But yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, Multiverses has been by no means a perfect game, but it was tremendously popular when it came out during that beta period. It definitely had a fall off. He got it as a official Multiverses show. He got his Multiverses controller.
Oh, I have like a Multiverses jacket.
yeah, but people are excited. The game's coming back, and that's going to be another live service game from WB, and it's just weird that we're not they're trying to hold up Suicide Squad as if WB doesn't have like a tremendously successful game division.
Yeah, I don't like. Listen, I understand that we're all down on Suicide Squad right now. Like it did not launch well.
We didn't even talk about that dev update today.
Honestly, I kind of
I kind of like. I didn't make a video because there was literally nothing to talk about. High unless you wanted to make a rant, which is what High Ruler
Hmm.
and basically did in Lejeune. But literally, I was mentioning this in the DMs. Like, I know they promised to do one every week, but kind of wouldn't have minded if they didn't do one this week. If that's like,
I can't believe we still don't have a patch for the shit, you know? Like I can't believe like this is week 6.
yeah, it's been what kills me is that okay, I understand they're having what the issue is they're having a hard time finding the source of the login multiplayer issues, and they're not being as transparent about as they could be about it. Like they mentioned last week, which probably was a mistake, that they were testing a non client side patch fix for it, and apparently I'm guessing that didn't work out because they didn't mention it at all this week, and they already confirmed there's no it basically looks like and Miller said this as much based on his data mining. They're not planning to release a patch until season 1. So we're going to go the entire month of March without a single patch. You have all not only do you have all these issues that are unresolved, but you have one of the biggest problems, which is people not being able to progress their mastery level, actually has been resolved for the last 3 weeks. Like they've had a fix for it. It's been sitting there ready to go for 3 weeks, and they haven't released it, and they have not given an explanation as to why they aren't
Yeah.
putting out. Like they said when they did that. They said when they did that one balancing update when they nerfed everybody, they were like, oh well that's a separate team, so we wanted to get this one out there, because it's easier and it addresses all that stuff. But when it came to the mastery thing, it's like, okay, well, now you fixed it. You said you fixed it. You did a hot fix just for the loading into Metropolis bug. Why not just make that a patch and put the mastery fix with the loading into Metropolis bug fix? Like I don't understand, and I have not. I asked again, and I have not gotten an answer about why exactly they can't just, if it's resolved, like assuming it's resolved like they said it is, why can't you just make that a patch? Because that's an issue that's affecting a lot of players. Like I understand if you literally just don't have a solution to the login issues, but you have a solution to one of the big 3 problems of the game, and you're just going to sit on it until season 1. I don't understand.
I can't play it right now, you know what I mean? I love the game, but I just don't I don't want to I want to play with people
Yeah, that's a
and
big thing
I want to
in a
advance my
multiplayer.
mastery. Like I'm not even a difficulty person and I want to keep increasing the difficulty to get my mastery up because I know I can, you know? It's
Yeah, and I want to help you do that and play with other people,
exactly.
and I can't do that. I can only farm solo. That's why I haven't been streaming, because it's like I don't need to, and I just don't want to. Like there's nothing
Right.
the drops end this they end this week, and because season 1 was delayed until the end of the month, we're not going to get any other drops for until the Joker comes out. That's it. They did this thing where they teased one of the new pieces of gear in the blog that we're getting. They showed a soundless clip of Harley on the Joker incursion level throwing a polka dot man theme grenade,
Mhm.
which is fine, but that's another problem. They got to stop being with the cutesy secretive shit. Like no one, like it read the room. like I gotta appreciate, you want to tease, you want to be cute. Now's not the time to be cute. like
Yeah.
like like people are not going to be mad that you spoiled one of the weapons from season 1. People want to know this stuff. Like your update is coming out in a few weeks. They want reasons to be excited and look forward to, and offer feedback, because one of the issues that I personally have is that I don't think the weapons are interesting enough. I think they need to go bigger with the weapons, particularly the guns, and have some more interesting stuff, like earn those Borderlands comparisons. Like Borderlands had some crazy weapons. Even Saints Row had some crazy weapons. I feel like for a DC game with Lex Luthor and Task Force X involved, like the weapons aren't particularly, what I would consider interesting enough. And you show us a polka dot man grenade, but you don't explain what it is. You don't explain what it does. You don't even have sound on the clip. Like, what are we doing? Like, who are you saving this for? Like, tell us what it is, what it does. Why should we be excited about it? Like, give us a reason. Like, I remember before launch, when they gave us a preview of the Bane set, they like showed us the fucking Bane set, and we got to see the perks and read them. We had a blog that broke down a potential build, and that's like probably the most excited I've seen players. Like they were like, "Oh man, the game has all these cool features. Look at all this customization you can do with the gear. Look at these great perks. They sound so good." And it worked. People were very excited about it, and now it's just like, well, here's look out for season 1. Here's a grenade. Like, guess what it does? Like, no, tell us what the fuck it does. What does it do? why?
Yeah,
Why
and it sucks, man, because like these are people that I say all the time. We had lunch together. I got to hang out and talk with them about their game. I know they love this game, and I know they worked hard on it. And I hate this for them. I hate this for us. But like, you can't do anything but criticize it right now. It's, there's nothing good to say about it, and I hate that because I love the game. Like when the game was working, like there was a time when this game was working properly, and we were all able to play it together, and it was fucking awesome.
We were having a great time.
And then it just fell apart, and I hate it. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm seeing people who are all in on this game. I see them peeling away. I see the dark side coming out. And I don't blame them because they were Avengers players. I'm seeing the former Avengers players especially are bailing on this game because they've read this script before. they know how it ends. Like it's not great. Like you gotta course correct here. I know they're definitely limited to some degree by the bureaucracy, but they gotta hammer this home. Like less communication is not the solution here.
Yeah, and honestly, it has to go above their head because like Mortal Kombat is getting the same complaints.
Yep.
We're excited about multiverses now, but where have they been for the last year? You know what I mean? Like, so it's a pattern with WB games, and I don't know. I don't know why.
Bro, they even this is an underrated part of the dev blog. They even delayed the new Discord channel.
I didn't even notice that.
You can't make this up. So last week, this is people kind of made fun of this. We even talked about it. They mentioned that they were opening up a new Discord channel specifically for feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And the criticism was like, yeah, they should just be talking about this on Twitter. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people don't need more Discord stuff. But whatever. They said next week we're rolling this out, and it's gonna be a feedback channel. So you'll be able to give feedback on ways you think the game can improve, and they'll also run stuff by you when they think about making changes or whatever. And I'm like, cool, whatever. But you should be doing stuff like that on Twitter, not just phoning people to Discord. But they had to delay that until for whatever reason. And now that's not coming out until season 1. That's coming out with season 1. Like what?
Yeah.
How you delay a Discord channel opening?
I would almost rather them just disappear and say nothing if they're gonna say, like, put out the stuff that they're saying. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Literally nothing this week would have been better than this blog. Like all they said was, yeah, we don't have any updates for you on any of the stuff that's wrong with the game. We have no further follow-ups on all the feedback you've been giving us. Season 1 comes out later. Here's a clip of Harley throwing a new grenade, and games on sale. Like that.
They honestly could have gotten away with not doing anything because nobody was paying attention this week. Like there was enough shit that happened,
so much shit
that they could have just like coasted through the week and been like,
Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus and Akira Toriyama dying was yesterday. Nobody would have remembered.
oh hey, wait, where's my Suicide Squad blog?
Nobody would have said that if they had skipped a day.
I don't like. I know we could probably talk about this ad nauseum, but I don't know if you noticed. Foms had a question that was right in your wheelhouse.
Late to the party. Did you cover the Stellar Blade demo? Oh, so I woke up from.
Let me let you do that while I take my union mandated pee break.
Absolutely. So I woke up from a nap, and I cannot tell you how upset I was that I missed this. So for people who don't know, Stellar Blade, my personal pick for game of the year. Apparently, it's going to be getting a free demo. We know this because it literally was put live in the store accidentally, and people noticed it and were like, "Hey, Stellar Blade demo," and they downloaded it. It got taken down, I think, within like 20 minutes, but people were still able to download it and play it, and they were streaming and posting clips from it. And from what I've seen, masterpiece. All the culture you could ever ask for. We're back, baby. Gaming is back. Definitely no Sweet Baby involvement in that game. I'll tell if you catch my drift. So they've since locked people out. So even if you downloaded the demo, you can't play it anymore. But from what I've seen, everyone had nothing but praise for it. We don't have an official update yet on when it's going to come out, but it's something to look forward to. At some point, they're going to be dropping a Stellar Blade demo. The game comes out in April, so I would imagine that demo is coming out sooner rather than later, because they're going to want to have that out there in people's hands before that actual comes out. Usually they drop demos during showcases, so I don't know if they're going to have another state of play or if they're just going to stealth drop it or whatever. But I mean, it's already been stealth drop, so I guess at some point soon, expect the official Stellar Blade announcement. And when it does, we will be there. I will be playing it and streaming it. Believe that. Do we know what WB Games Montreal and TT Games? TT Games, the Lego side, I do know what they're doing. I can't tell you that. And I know what WB Montreal is doing. I can tell you that. So they are working on two things. They're working on a DC game. Presumably that one hasn't been canceled yet. And they're working as a support studio for the Wonder Woman game. WB Games Montreal has mainly been acting as a support studio. They did Arkham Origins, they did Gotham Knights, but mostly they've been acting as a support studio for WB Games throughout the years. And that's basically what they're doing right now. They're mainly supporting Monolith on the Wonder Woman game, but they are also working on that unannounced DC project that we assume is still a DC project. They had job postings for it a while ago saying it was a DC game. The most recent job posting was for creative director, which they don't have anymore because they lost pretty much the top three people at the company. Patrick left, Flora left. They just all left like within the same week. So they've been going all this time without a creative director. So now they're hiring for a new one, and they're going to be working on this new unannounced project based on a quote popular franchise. So we assume it's still the DC game that was rumored to be Superman that they had job postings for a while ago. They're just now looking finally for a creative director. I guess because maybe they're winding down on their support work for Wonder Woman and are ready to like focus more on this new game.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out what that game is too. Not on mute. I just hadn't said anything.
Please let it be Superman. But yeah, Jay is very
Yeah.
excited about Celebrate as well.
I'm
He
excited
was
about
really
Rise of the
sad that he missed
Ronin,
out
and
on what.
I'm really excited about Rise of the Ronin. I'm upset that apparently review codes went out today, and I
Yeah,
know I'll never get one.
review codes. They went out today. I heard they went out earlier to the press.
Oh, maybe it was earlier then.
I saw Tom Henderson had confirmed the embargo was the 21st. So apparently the press went out. I haven't heard from my Sony rep yet, so I'm guessing I'm not on the list, at least for the people, the press access. So I'm not going to be getting that. But I still plan. But I don't know if I'm going to get Dragon's Dogma super early, but I am getting it from Capcom. So at least that. And Dragon's Dogma and Rise of Ronin come out the same day. So
I don't think
that should be interesting.
From what I understand, Rise of the Ronin is more Ghost of Tsushima like than Souls.
Very much so. It literally looks like Ghost of Tsushima with more weapons and better traversal.
I think I mean more like difficulty wise though.
Less pretty. Yeah, it very much doesn't look like a Sekiro type of game. If we're gonna use the non-Ghost cover, I mean, Ghost definitely has it's challenging stuff for sure. It's not technically strictly a Souls-like game, but it can really ramp up the difficulty if you want to take it there.
Yeah, I'm not a Souls player, but I don't know. You put me in Japan in that era, if you will. I mean, I guess this is more recent, 1863. I assume Ghost of Tsushima was more like 12 to 1400s.
Yeah, this one is more modern. This one's more modern. Rise of Ronin had one of the weapons they have are muskets.
I'm looking at a pistol right now.
Yeah, they have legit guns. So they have bayonets. Bayonets are in there.
So we have redcoats.
Yeah, they got the bayonets. So it's definitely more modern, but still it's still got that ghost aesthetic. I'm definitely gonna be playing it. I hear so far I submitted for my review copy of Dragon's Dogma 2. Hopefully I get that. But I submitted for a copy, but you can also going to be selecting certain people to get it even earlier. So I'm hoping I'm on that list. But they did have a 3-hour preview for media outlets, and all I was hearing was Elden Ring, masterpiece, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, all this other stuff. So it looks like it might be a banger.
Yeah, well, I feel like people say that about every PlayStation game.
It's not a PlayStation game.
Is it on Xbox?
Dragon.
Dragon's Dogma. I'm sorry. I thought you were still talking about Rise of the Ronin. My bad.
No. They didn't have their preview, so I haven't heard anything about Rise of Ronin. Dragon's Dogma had their 3-hour preview, and all I was hearing was like masterpiece.
Well, I'm hoping I got a press email. I should respond to it and just say, hey, I'm very interested in this.
You should absolutely do that, Jay.
Because I have applied for their thing multiple times, and even though you said that you had the hookup,
I put in a good word for you, Jay. I don't know. I guess they thought. I guess maybe they heard your comments on Jane Foster and were like, "No, thank you."
Could be. Womp womp.
But I 100% emailed the person who I talk to who sends me stuff and was like, "Hey, you should definitely look at this creator, Jay Shockblast."
I did mention I'm talking to a company that's making a video game about like doing some like pre-launch stuff with them, and I said, we can even have you come on the podcast. I do it with this guy Sadat the Gamer, and I described you as about to hit 100K probably next week.
Well, bit of an exaggeration. It'd probably take like 3.
Yeah, but so
Hey, 4.
I did finally I did sign an NDA, so we won't discuss it publicly what the game is, but I'm very excited about it, and they seem very excited about me. I have a working relationship. It's not a WB game. I've had a working relationship with people at the studio though, in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So
You'll never guess what it is.
yeah, you definitely won't, because like it's crazy because their Twitter Batman Ninja.
Oh no.
Cloud. I literally in the elevator at WB Games Montreal gave that pitch.
He did.
Yeah, but it's people that left one studio, went to and started their own studio, and are working on a very fun game.
Definitely looking forward to checking it out. But I think literally all the people at WB Montreal that he pitched Batman Ninja 2 left the
gone.
studio.
Yeah, just gone.
I think they all left the studio.
Yeah, so it was never happening.
I know it was Patrick. I know Patrick was one of them.
Yeah,
and he did for Ubisoft. And yeah, because Jay pitched Batman Ninja to Rocksteady, and they were not having it.
No, they were. So I wasn't going to do it because like I knew they were getting enough Batman nonsense. I didn't want to bring up the B guy. All right, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. Plus, Uncaged Games, literally, I think he's going to disown me at some point. Like I'm just going to be out with him if I mention Batman Ninja again. And Caboose is not loving it anymore either, but he's a little bit more lenient with me. But for everybody's sake, I wasn't going to bring it up because I brought up at I literally pitched it to Ed Boon, like, as a joke. But Alan Johnson, like brought it up in front of them. Oh, Batman Ninja. I'm like, oh, I guess I have to tell him now. And I kid you not, this is the look I got during the whole thing.
That if I've never seen a more accurate go fuck yourself look in all my years.
I literally the whole time I'm like feeling bad for myself in the middle of pitching it, and I'm like ready to give up. But at that point, I was in it. Yeah, I would. They did not care.
I would have bailed.
Yeah,
I would have.
I immediately shifted into the short version.
I would have shifted into the Green Lantern game version.
Well, it's funny because like the other lady that's like obviously a big muckety muck at WB. Don't remember her name for the life of me, but super sweet lady. We had dinner with her. And before I started going hard on Batman Ninja, like after everybody was receptive to it, I was like, oh, I want a Green Lantern game where you can like build your own Green Lantern or, play as all the like battle all the different lanterns, like you guys know I'm a freaking big Atrocitus fan. I love the Red Lanterns. So like, yeah, I don't know. I was just looking for an excuse to get Atrocitus in another game. Somehow made it in Injustice.
I mean, to be fair, a live service Green Lantern game where you can create your own Green Lantern and battle Atrocitus and the Red Lanterns and the Yellow Lanterns sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah. Like I mean, also Lego Batman 3, it's literally the premise, but which you wouldn't expect because it's called Lego Batman 3, but I digress. Lego Batman 3 also famously villain Brainiac, as well as Injustice famous villain Brainiac. I wonder if they've done Brainiac before.
No. I think Suicide Squad Code Justice League was actually the first to make Brainiac the main villain. Yeah, I think you're mistaken there, Jay. Brainiac has not been used ever before in any video game until Suicide Squad Code Justice League.
Yeah. Well, I'm Brainiac out. So
Well, fortunately, I'm not Brainiac out, but the prospect of fighting Brainiac more times, if what we got at the end of the campaign is the level we can expect from that boss fight, not excited to do
yeah,
that ever again. Even if he's using Green Lantern or Superman's moveset.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to love. I love comic book games, man. I just want comic book games to come out and be good. I want to be able to play them a lot.
And he wants them to have ladies with thick thighs in them.
Yeah, it's number one on my list.
Jay's a simple man. Give him a Power Girl game.
Yeah, Power Girl game would be great. Power Girl.
Not one consulted on by Sweet Baby.
Yeah, because obviously they would make a Power Boy. The first time in the history of Earth that they gender swapped from a female to a male.
No, you wouldn't have to worry about that, but they would dramatically change her uniform.
Yeah, she would wear a hoodie
and sweatpants.
Yeah.
you would not see the boot windows in this one.
We haven't even talked about yet?
What?
Fortnite. Are you aware of what's happening with Fortnite today?
So I saw a tweet from Fortnite updates. I saw this because Aqua retweeted this meme.
Yeah.
And someone responded to a Fortnite status update that apparently the new season needed some time to cook, which was 8 hours. And
Yep.
and the person said average American school day is 8 hours long.
Apparently it just finally went live. There was like a second patch they had to put out today. For science, I'm trying to log in right now.
For sure. I know Jay was looking forward to streaming that, and then when it didn't happen, I was like, oh, I wonder what happened. Then I saw the tweet. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I had the stream all queued up. Let's
dead game.
Let's see what happens here.
Hitting a
18-minute queue.
Dead game.
18-minute queue. Yeah. So
that's why live service games suck. Dead game. 18 minutes to play a game that was free, but still.
18-minute queue. And it's funny because listen, all right, shit happens. Like, it is what it is. Something went wrong. Like, these people that like freak out about stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, you just have. Yeah, that just means Jay has to do a 10-20 9 stream instead of what he originally planned earlier today.
If you are playing WWE 2K24, head of the table is a new locker code. Gets you a My Faction pack Legend Series plus 1 Roman Reigns free agent card.
Ooh. Got any codes for Fortnite?
No.
What even is? I saw Cora is in the new season. Is that
she's the secret skin this season? Yeah. So if you get the battle pass, she is kind of like Solid Snake was last season. So she won't even be out for probably like 2 months.
That's fine.
I'm able to get in. What is she from? I don't know. I've seen her before, but I don't know what she's from.
You don't know? You're joking, right?
I've seen her before, but I don't know who she is.
I literally thought you were memeing.
No, who is she?
Korra from Avatar: Legend of Korra.
So she's from Avatar?
Yeah, Legend of Korra was the admittedly less popular sequel series to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Korra is the new Aang, basically. After
Aang's the bald kid.
Yeah, Aang's the bald kid. After his original series is over, he basically became a grown man and grew up or whatever and
banged
died.
her.
No, he died.
Oh,
and she was, and when
that sucks for him.
and Aang died, she was the way the avatar works is that when the avatar dies, they get reincarnated and a new person is born as the avatar, and that was Korra, who was born with the avatar, and they had a whole series where she was, the avatar. She grows up, learns to harness her powers, fights the bad mans, and marries a woman, and the end.
Okay. Well, she's gonna be in Fortnite.
Yep.
You know, who also is gonna be in Fortnite.
Kratos.
Skeletor.
Oh, not Kratos.
He's already in Fortnite.
Is he?
Yep.
Which Kratos?
The one from the new game. And they actually did a really cool thing. Kratos and Master Chief kind of came out within like a week or two of each other, and they did this thing where if you played Fortnite on an Xbox Series X, you got a special black skin for Master Chief, and if you played it on a PS5, you got like a special like the armor that he gets apparently.
It's African American skin, Jay.
Okay. Yeah, apparently Venom, He-Man, and Skeletor are coming to Fortnite at some point.
I can't wait for the Stellar Blade Fortnite skin.
What is your favorite Marvel Spider-Man 2 skin, Sadat?
Definitely. Well, out of the new suits, is definitely the Peter's Hellfire Gala, but I think the best suit in the game is probably the white variant of the black suit in the symbiote styles. I think it's the third unlock.
Is that the new one?
Yeah, a bunch of new symbiote styles. The Hellfire Galas are great, but yeah, those symbiote suit variants they have some really standout ones. The white variant of the black suit, that's the first symbiote that you unlock in the story, and the Carnage variant of the second symbiote suit. Those are my current favorites.
My favorite suit is still the original like black suit, but the one with like the outline of like red and blue.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite suit.
that's a great one too. Yeah. They got some good. I thought you were going to say the new Tobey Maguire upgraded suit. I know how much you love that suit and all the fans.
Yeah, I had a tweet today that hold on, I have to read it verbatim because I loved it and not enough people fell for it, and I was very upset.
He was hoping to get some of that Elon Musk money.
Yeah, I was. I'm not even gonna front. That is absolutely what was happening there.
That was definitely engagement, mate. I see you, Jay.
Oh god, it's like hidden from my own feed. What the hell? No, I just tweeted too much.
You do too much, Jay. You're a grown man.
Because I just sit here and I get bored sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do about it? Oh wait, the tweet was from yesterday. That's why. Everyone out here like, oh my god, they updated the Raimi suit, and I'm like, damn, I wish they deleted it. That was it.
That was it. Yep. Yeah. You gotta try harder, Jay. You gotta try harder to beat.
I guess so.
But yeah, I looked. I was like, yeah. People was like, oh, did you see update? I was like, sure, it's fine, whatever. I don't care. TASM 2 still clears, but I threw it on for a little bit to see it, and then I immediately took it off and put on the Superior Hellfire Gala.
I think that I mean, obviously, it wasn't designed by them, but like, I think that that Peter's Hellfire or the Gala suit looks like it should be Miles' suit.
I definitely see that vibe. I mean, the Miles suit definitely looks very Milesy, but yeah, the style of it definitely definitely seems like something you would expect from a Miles suit. I definitely wish that was a Miles suit because he could definitely use a W when it comes to
Yeah.
a big W when it comes to suits. But
But I mean, it's like Miles's colors, basically. Like, I don't know.
yeah, it's a sick suit. For sure. I thought they get it. I thought that and the symbiote suit styles for the most part pretty good. Few of them I wasn't a fan of. I didn't like the final variant. They all look decent. I didn't like the final variant of the first black suit. That one had like some like dark red trim. I thought they should have done a kind of Carnage variant for all of them. Like I would have loved to have seen how that would have looked. That first black suit would have looked with like all red with the black trim. I thought that would have been crazy. But yeah, the rest of them they looked pretty good. I thought they did a good job with those symbiote variants.
Cool.
But people were mad that you could only do white or black on the tendril colors, even though they have like red suits now. So that's going to be another thing people are going to be wanting the
It's
red,
always
which
something.
is right, yeah. So we got red, just other colors symbiote tendrils besides white and black. Changing the weather. Obviously more story content. People always want more of that. I think those were the main. I think. Oh yes, the other thing people kept complaining about was that apparently the parry, after you unlock the symbiote or whatever, the parry goes from the arms to the symbiote, and you can't customize it. And people want to customize that. Apparently, that's a big thing like that I didn't notice or care about because I don't parry. So
I am a notorious non-parrier in every video game. Like I'm all offense. Like I have no
yeah,
defense.
I
I'm
have
just
I have
I'm just gonna punch through it.
I have defense, but it's a lot of offense too because I found it especially when you plug in the shortcut to a charge jump with the D-pad, you don't actually ever need to parry. You could always just jump out of every situation and right into a ground slam and keep going, especially with Miles because he gets such crazy cooldown reductions on his abilities. You literally can always interrupt an attack you can't dodge with a special ability. So I never the only time I parry is in the Venom in Craven fight because you literally have to. Because he has no other moves, like you have to parry. All you can do is smash square and parry. So I do that. Otherwise, I never use it. So I didn't even notice that they had that animation and people wanted it. I literally don't care.
I didn't go far enough in it because dude, I had so much WWE video to edit. It was like so annoying because like all the videos were like 25 minutes long, and I had to like cut out all the little parts to make it like run by quicker. Plus, there was the showcase matches have like the actual video from the matches like baked into it. So I'd obviously take all that out because I didn't want any copyright, which
Well,
maybe I would have gotten, maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know, but I wasn't about to find out.
he did not in fact want to F around or find out.
Right, and then I had to like make all the thumbnails, and it was a whole ordeal. So finally
Yeah.
done though.
Well, maybe next time you can have your brother do your thumbnails since he already plays your games.
No, there's literally like nothing. He barely knows how to turn a computer on.
but
That's not true. But he doesn't know how to do any of this shit.
he can play some wrestling.
Oh, this is his favorite game. You know what I mean? Like we all have our favorite game. He loves the wrestling games. He's got them all. So
that's the thing. So yeah, Jay's gonna have to hire a secretary or intern
I
to
wish.
to handle it. Or
I
what?
wish.
I mean, eventually they're gonna probably roll out a tool that does thumbnails for you with AI. So there's gonna be that.
Yeah, I finally let. Actually, no, I got hit with a renewal for Mid Journey,
All right.
and I like haven't used it in ages. So now I got to fight them on that.
You got it. Oh, Midjourney is so good. They actually just added. So version 6 was already really good, but there's another 6 that I just started using this week, and it's so good.
For what?
So good. I used it for my
No. Is that a different company or?
no, it's the same company. They roll out different versions of Midjourney
Gotcha.
as they improve the software, and they have 2 different models that you can use of Midjourney version 6 right now, and I've just started using the alternate one, and it's so good. I love it. I love it. I used it for my New Game Plus stream thumbnail, and obviously did well received.
Yeah, you always do well with those.
You gotta give the times, Jay. Use it.
Yeah.
Embrace the dark side.
I've used it a little bit, but it's not worth like a $300 a year renewal. So
It has made me way more money than I've spent on it.
yeah, I'm sure, but I haven't really figured it out, and I don't. I'm fine, you know.
I'm really looking forward to a Sora. You know about Sora? So ChatGPT, the company OpenAI, they're rolling out their video version of the platform. So where Midjourney is,
I did see this. Yes.
it went pretty viral. So
Yeah.
yeah, instead of like a Midjourney where you type in a prompt or tell it what you want and it gives you an image, this one will do that, but for video.
Crazy.
And you can do it, and the video is up to a minute long. And the demos that they showed, indistinguishable. You cannot tell it was AI. Like the videos were insane. It's such an insane leap. Like it's probably going to cause some problems. It's ridiculous how good it looks. Like basically the sites that do B-roll, that sell B-roll, they're gonna be in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Like you never need to worry about B-roll ever again after this. After this drops. I can't wait to test it out because I want to see just how much they can do with the B-roll. Because I have a video. It's been a while since I did my perfect game pitch series. I have a video planned. It's for Daredevil. I have most of the script done, but I was kind of waiting because I wanted to like get better with the B-roll because there's obviously no actual Daredevil game. And I wanted to get to a point where I could like use B-roll, whether it's images or video, so better match it rather than just trying to use live footage of Daredevil from the show or whatever. So once Midjourney 6 hit, I was finally able to actually generate really, really good, convincing looking Daredevil screen pictures that look like it was made in like a modern Unreal Engine 5 video game. Looks just like it. Like I'll show you some of the shit. It's crazy. And so then I saw Sora and I was like, could I generate some Daredevil video to go for that B-roll? Like that make it look like he's in the game. So I'm waiting for Sora to come out. And then because what I don't want to happen, I don't want to finish the video, put it out, and then Sora drops. And then I found out that I could have made this video way better.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
And it's already been a while, so I was like, I can just wait. It's already been 5 months since my last pitch video. I can wait for Sora to drop. It can't be that much longer. But when it does, it's going to be crazy. I can't wait to play around with it. Can't answer that. Do you know how the story pans out at the end of the seasons of Suicide Squad outside the league's return? The only thing I know is that the league is coming back. That's all I know. I don't know the end of their journey. I don't know how they get back. I don't know how that story ends. I just know the DLC characters, and I know that the Justice League is coming back. That's it. If you want to know more, you probably have to ask Jay because he financed the game, so he can probably get access to the script.
That's why I'm in so much debt.
Yeah, he spent so much money on Suicide Squad. put him in debt. I watched. So everyone kept fucking talking about Shogun. There were two things people kept telling me to watch. They kept telling me to watch Ninja Kamui and Shogun. So I was like, all right. So I watched Ninja Kamui because it was an anime, and I was probably going to like that. And it is fire. So great W recommendation for that. So So after I finished season 1 of The Bear, fantastic by the way, I was like, all right, let me watch episode 1 of Shogun, and it definitely does start slow. I'm still not done the first episode. It is a long episode, but I kept getting sidetracked by stuff, so I haven't finished it. I haven't finished episode 1 yet. It's good. It's
It's a little slow.
obviously it builds up. This is a long episode. It builds up. They're setting everything up, but it's well acted. Looks good. It's interesting. So I'm definitely going to commit to it. Finish the episode. Watch and probably watch a little more. But yeah, Bear was definitely faster for me to get through, and I love Bear. I'm on season 2, episode 2 now of the Bear.
What 5 characters would I add to Suicide Squad? Superman, Batman, The Flash. That's the
toxic.
Yeah. I mean, obviously after Mortal Kombat, I would add Peacemaker immediately.
100%.
Like, he is so good in Mortal Kombat. Obviously, we're getting Deathstroke.
Yep.
I would actually add Bloodsport. I never thought I would say that, but I watched Suicide Squad movie again, and I thought he was really cool. So that'd be pretty cool. I'd add Red Hood. Like, I know he's been sort of Suicide Squad adjacent. I don't know if he's actually technically been in, but he might have been.
I think I know he's led a squad before, but I don't think he's actually been given the suicide chip. The thing.
Yeah. But I just feel like that would be really cool.
Very, very popular.
Killer Frost, I think, would be perfect.
Killer Frost with a gun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. And Bizarro.
Bizarro with a gun.
Bizarro with a gun. Would add Batman, Ninja, and Atrocitus to the roster. Yeah, I feel like if first of all, Batman Ninja would just kill Amanda Waller before she could put a bomb in his head. Sure. And Atrocitus, I don't know that it like there's anything that could penetrate his skin.
True. I would want. I think I don't know if I pitched this to them directly or not. I think I definitely brought it up in a tweet. Black Lantern rings would be a really cool weapon add-on to this game. I feel like it would fit perfectly.
Yeah, especially since they all died. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like they'll still use weapons, but like the Black Lantern rings that now they have like some extra. Maybe they can infuse instead of just bullets. Now they can infuse their guns with like the energy constructs. They can revive dead enemies, dead aliens, dead civilians, and fight them. It gives them passive healing. Like that could be sick. Like and that's what I meant when I was talking about like more interesting weapons. Like Black Lantern rings is a fucking cool idea to have in a
Blackest Night is my favorite DC storyline.
I was saying, like, yeah, like there's so much DC lore that they can introduce for weapons wise. That's why I was like kind of critical of the choices that we've had so far because they're literally just shotgun, sniper rifle, AR, pistol, grenades.
Yeah, Foms, we kind of talked about that a little earlier in the show about all the Snyder weirdos.
Yeah. We agreed that they suck and Snyder's overrated.
I almost wanted to make a poll tweet, and it was like, who's more annoying, Snyderverse cultists, Spider-Man 2 fans, or Arkham losers, something like that.
I think we all lose there. I
Yeah.
think they tie for being losers.
Fourth option, we all lose.
Yeah, like Zack Snyder is great at one thing, and that is cinematography. Editing, story, not his forte. His movies have great cinematography and great casting. When you don't have someone good on the story and the editing, it becomes messy. like Snyder, M. Night Shyamalan had a similar issue. Like M. Night Shyamalan is a really good director, and I don't know what the fuck happened with Avatar, but generally he's a really good director, and he's really good at coming up with ideas. Like he could come up with an interesting premise and an interesting twist on the premise, but he's not a good script writer. And once he kind of gave up on trying to do everything himself, that's when I feel like his movie started getting better. Outside those early hits that he had, like he had a lot. He had a string of duds after that, and I think that was the main contributing factor, because he wasn't sticking to what he did best, which is mainly directing. He actually came into the place that my when I back when I used to work at Borders. He actually came into the store one day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My supervisor saw him and waited on him and trolled him. So, but yeah, because he's technically a local. Like he would film a lot of stuff in Pennsylvania, and he just so happened to just come into the bookstore one day. I was like, is that M. Night Shyamalan?
That's crazy. All right. Do we have any other topics? Because I'm reaching that point where
we have pretty much covered everything. I know Jay's eager to get to his Fortnite, which servers are back on, and I'm eager to get back to finishing episode 1 of Shogun. Looking for that. I have a video planned tomorrow on my YouTube channel, so look out for that. It is Spider-Man 2 related. I know you guys love that stuff. Definitely check out Jay if he ends up streaming Fortnite.
yeah, I'll probably be doing that tomorrow.
Yep, show him some love, subscribe, all the good stuff. Also watch his brother's wrestling videos. They're pretty good. highly recommend them. We'll be back next week. At some point, we're gonna have a special guest.
I don't think it'll be next week. We might be like a month or two away, but it's something I'm working on.
It'll be a surprise when it drops. We're still trying to get the someone from Rocksteady to come through. I imagine that that's going to be challenging at this time, but we'll try. Probably would make most likely they would probably be more open to it closer to season 1, but we'll see. Did you ask anyone yet?
No.
I'll ask.
We kind of open invited, hoping they watched, but I don't know.
I'll ask Jason. I'll just ask Jason. Whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll catch y'all. Eventually, we're gonna have some people on, and we're gonna talk about that. So, once again, rest in power to the great Akira Toriyama. We miss you, buddy, and we'll see y'all next week. Hopefully, nothing else horrible happens.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
That was weird. Okay, I'm Sadat the Gamer.
Casual Avenger.
You're not.
I'm Jay Shockblast.
Zip it up and zip it out.